I've got a lesson over bar chords. So I'm going to teach you just a few basic bar chord shapes that you can then use all over the fretboard to play pretty much any chord that you want. You can do it with these 4 basic shapes that I'm going to show you. So if you are a beginner and you have not been playing bar chords, now is the time. Today is the day for you to play and learn how to play bar chords. So first of all, a little bit about how bar chords work. Like I said, there are these basic shapes that you use all over the fretboard. They're called bar chords because you make like a bar with your finger. Essentially what you are doing is using your finger to do what the nut of your guitar is doing. You're just basically moving it up and down. So you're going to press all of the strings down with one finger. So the first thing that you might want to do is practice pressing down all the strings with one finger. It's going to be very important that your thumb is directly underneath your finger so you can get some good pressure. I also like if I have an open finger, and a lot of times you won't when you play a bar chord, but if you do, there are a couple shapes that allow you to do this. It's usually your middle finger, and I will press it down on top of my index finger. Your index finger is the one that makes the bar across the strings, just for some extra pressure. So if you're new to this, your hand might be sore, like right here, for a little while. You'll build up strength, and after a while, it'll be no big thing. So, here's the first shape. It is the E shape. Now you probably know how to play an E major chord. It looks like this. It's open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. To do this with a bar chord though, you need your index finger open. So to play this E, you will use your ring finger on the A string, your pinky right below it on the D string, and your middle finger on the G string, first fret. So there's an E. If you were going to play a bar chord here with an E, your index finger would actually be right on top of the nut, which is why you don't need to play it as a bar chord. But now if you wanted to play a F, which is one step up from an E, so it would be here, you want to move it up 1/2 step. I said 1 step, but I actually meant a 1/2 step. That sounds gross because these open strings are not in that F chord. You would just play an E shape and put the bar down on the first fret. Now you got an F. If you move that up, you've got an F sharp or a G flat. That's 1/2 step up. If you go up another 1/2 step, so now your bar is on the 3rd fret, you're playing a G major. If you go up another 1/2 step, it's G sharp, then another one, so the bar is on the 5th fret, you're playing an A. So it just walks up the chromatic scale. Each fret you go up goes up one the next 1/2 step on the chromatic scale. So it goes E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, and it just keeps on going. So I would suggest you research a little bit on theory in the chromatic scale, and then you can see what chords you're playing where on the fretboard. So the next shape is going to be an A shape. And I actually play, most of the time when I do this, I play like an A2. But again, you're going to want to use your 3rd and 4th fingers. So if you play it open, it would be open, open. Usually you'd want to mute that E string, but you can let it ring. Open, open, 2, 2, open, open. That's like an A2. Alright? If you go up 1, it's B flat. Again, you put your index finger down across the 1st fret, and this time you can reinforce it a little bit with your middle finger. So there's a B flat when the bar is over the 1st fret with an A shape. You go up 1, it's a B. You've probably seen that before. You go up another one, it's a C. Remember, there's no black key on the piano between B and C. So it goes straight from B to C, C sharp, D, E flat, or D sharp, E, and it just keeps going up. So that's the A shape. Now those are the major shapes, E major and A major. The next kind of shape we're going to do is the minor shape. So just like you had the E shape, if you take your middle finger off, you have an E minor. So now we have an E minor shape bar chord. So here's E minor, here's F minor, and now you can reinforce again with your middle finger. This is just like the A, but these two fingers are moved up one string. So now we've got the F minor, F sharp minor, and then G minor, and on up the fretboard. That is your E minor shape. The other one is the A minor shape. So just like you had an A, if you put your middle finger down on the first fret, now you have an A minor. That's open as an A minor. If you go up one, it is in B flat minor. Here's a B minor, which you've probably seen a lot of times before. That's with your index finger on the second fret with an A minor shape. Another one, here's C minor, D flat minor, D minor, all the way up. So those are the four basic shapes. You've got the E shape, you've got the A shape, you've got the E minor shape, and you've got the A minor shape. Okay? Now, what you want to do is if you're playing a song and you're trying to play bar chords, and you have, say, a G that you want to play a bar chord, you have a couple options, actually. So you can play it here with the E shape with your bar across the third fret. That is a G. You can also play it with the A shape, but it's going to be way up. Like on the 10th. Yeah, your bar is going to be on the 10th fret. So you can choose which one of those you want to use. Typically this one's easier for a G. But each chord is going to at least have two different places you can play it as a bar chord. So I hope that's helpful as sort of an introduction to bar chords. Again, I would start by just practicing making the bar, and you want all those strings to ring out. And my advice, kind of where I do it, is this knuckle sits on the high E string, and then the low E kind of comes right in between this knuckle and the tip of my finger. That's kind of where I get the best leverage on the string. And then practice making the shapes underneath, and then do a little bit of research into some theory and how you can make these chords with the different bar shapes. But once you learn bar chords, the whole fretboard sort of opens up, and you can do whatever chords you want anywhere you want. So if you run into a weird chord like a B flat that you're like, how do I play a B flat? Well, you make an A. You say B flat is one step up from A. So you make your A shape and you go up one fret. There's your B flat. Say you want to play a G sharp. Here it is. With your bar across the fourth, because bar across 3 was G. G sharp was up one half step. That's with the E shape. And you can go on from there. E flat is right here. E would be here. So you can just kind of figure out where it's going to be if you have a difficult song. A lot of times, like if you're doing a gospel song, we do those a lot in church. Like if you're doing an Israel Houghton song, or Houghton, or however you say his last name, He uses a lot of chords that you wouldn't normally see that are kind of funky chords, like in a key that you would typically play guitar in. So you've got to throw bar chords in. So there they are. If you have any questions, let me know. There will be a link below to go to worship tutorials where you can see. I'll have diagrams about how to play those different shapes. And you can also sign up for the mailing list there and get free stuff from me every month. Free music. You can also sign up for private guitar lessons from me. I do those over Skype. They are $20 a lesson. Head over to worshiptutorials.com and you will see a form there that you can fill out, and I will be in touch with you about those. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.